Okay, today we're going to talk about volume of pyramids. So the volume V of a pyramid is 1/3 the product of the area of the base and the height of the pyramid. So remember, capital B stands for area of the base. We have two types of bases here. We either have a rectangular base or a triangular base. And then the height of a pyramid is the perpendicular distance from the base to the vertex. So from the center of the bottom up to the point of the pyramid, that is the height. So the volume is 1/3 times the area of the base times the height. Or another way we can write it, and that might be a little bit easier for us, is that the volume is area of the base times the height divided by 3. So for the first one, we want to find the volume of a pyramid. Now this one's a little bit easier for us because they already give us capital B, the area of the base. So we don't have to find the area of the base since it's already given, which means we can just fill it right into our formula. And again, volume is 1/3 times the area of the base times the height, but that's the same as area of the base times the height divided by 3. So for this one, the area of the base we can see is 48 millimeters squared, and the height is 9 millimeters. So we can fill those numbers into our formula. So volume of this pyramid would be 48 for area of the base times 9 for the height, and then we'll divide that by 3. So we can start by multiplying 48 times 9, which gives me 432. And then we want to divide that by 3 because it's 1/3 of the area of the base times the height for volume of a pyramid. So we go ahead and we divide by 3 and we get 144. Now remember, units for volume are cubed, so millimeters cubed. So the area of this pyramid is 144 millimeters cubed. Okay, so the next two, remember I said that there were two types of bases we're going to have. So a rectangle base. So to find our capital B, our area of the base, we've got two bases, a rectangle, where our area, or our capital B, is length times width for area of a rectangle. And then we also have a triangle. So our area, or capital B, is base, so little b for a base of a triangle, times height divided by 2. Or we also said that it's the same as 1/2 base times height. So rectangular pyramids are a little bit easier because length and width, we just multiply them. We don't have to worry about dividing by 2 like we do with a triangle. So for the first one, we've got a rectangle for our bottom, a rectangular base. Which means that our volume for area of the base for capital B, it's going to be length times width times height of the pyramid divided by 3. So we can start to fill these numbers in. The length of our base is that 3 feet. The width of our base is 4 feet. And the height of our pyramid is 7 feet. So we can fill these numbers in. So that'd be 3 times 4 times 7, and then the whole thing divided by 3. So we can go ahead and multiply 3 times 4 times 7, gives me 84 divided by 3. So 84 divided by 3, we can type that in our calculator, and we get 28. So that means that the volume of our pyramid is 28 feet cubed. Okay, now our next one has a triangular base. So the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So our volume formula for this one, for the capital B, would be base times height divided by 2 times the height of our pyramid, and then we divide by 3. But I think it's a little bit easier for us since we have a triangle base. I think it'll be easier for us to find capital B, the area of the base, first, and then put it into our formula. So the area of the base, capital B, is base times height divided by 2 of the triangle. So the base of my triangle would be that 17.5 meters. The height of my triangle is 6 meters. So we're just looking at the bottom, the base and the height of the bottom. So I can fill in my numbers. Would be 17.5 for the base times the height of 6, then we divide by 2. So 17.5 times 6 gives me 105. Divide that by 2, because base times height divided by 2. And I get 52.5 for my capital B. So we just did this work over here. So I can go ahead now and fill in the area of the base, capital B, so 52.5 times the height here is the height of our pyramid, so that'd be the 10 meters. And then we'll divide that answer by 3. So 52.5 times 10 is 525, and then we divide that by 3. So the volume of this triangular pyramid is 175 meters cubed. Okay, the next 3, we want to find the volume of the pyramids. So remember again, the volume of a pyramid is area of the base times height divided by 3. So the first one is our nice one because they already give us area of the base, capital B. So we just have to fill in our numbers into our formula. So for the first one, area of the base is 21 feet squared. So volume would be 21 times the height of our pyramid is 6 feet divided by 3. So start by multiplying 21 times 6, and we get 126, and we divide that by 3. So the volume of this pyramid with a pentagonal base would be 42 feet cubed. Okay, for our second one, I noticed that we have a rectangular base. So for number 2, remember that our volume is area of the base times height divided by 3 for pyramids. And the area of a rectangle for capital B is length times width times that height, and we'll divide by 3. So we can fill in our numbers now. The length would be 10 of our base times the width of our base is 8 times the height of the pyramid, so 7, and then we divide that by 3. So 10 times 8 times 7 gives me 560, and we want to divide that by 3. So when we divide that on a calculator, we actually get a repeating decimal. So I'm going to go ahead and round. We get 186.6 repeating, but I'm going to round to the 100th place, so 0.67 inches cubed. Now number 3, we have a triangular base. Remember, volume is area of the base times height divided by 3. So for this one, let's find the area of that triangular base first. So remember, area of the base, area of a triangle, is base times height divided by 2 of that triangle. So the base of my triangle would be like 7, and the height of my triangle is 18. So we're only looking at the bottom triangle. 7 times 18, and we'll divide that by 2. So we can go ahead and multiply 7 times 18, gives me 126, divided by 2. So the area of the base is 63, or 63 centimeters squared, because we're just talking about area of a triangle. And now we can take that, since that's capital B, we can fill it in. And we notice that the height of our pyramid is 11. So we got the area of the base is 63 times the height of our pyramid is 11, and then we'll divide by 3. So we can go ahead and multiply 63 times 11, gives me 693, and we divide that by 3. So the volume of this triangular pyramid is 231 centimeters cubed. Okay, last one is the story problem. So it says the volume of sunscreen in bottle B is about how many times the volume in bottle A. So they want to see how much bigger is the volume in bottle B than in A. And then they ask which is the better buy. So which one would be less expensive? So first, for part A, for us to figure out the difference in volumes, how much greater the volume in bottle B is than in bottle A, we need to find the volumes of each bottle. So we notice that these bottles have rectangular bases. So remember that volume is area of the base times height divided by 3. But since we're talking about rectangular bases, the area of a rectangle would be length times width times height, and then divide by 3. So we are going to fill that in for bottle A first. So my length is 2 inches, my width is 1 inch, and the height of my pyramid is 6 inches. So my volume would be 2 times 1 times 6 divided by 3. So 2 times 1 times 6, that gives me 12 divided by 3. So the volume for bottle A is 4 inches cubed. Now, same thing for bottle B. We want to find the volume. So my length is 3 inches times my width is 1.5 inches times my height of the pyramid. So the bottle is 4 inches. And we'll divide that by 3. So we can multiply 3 times 1.5 times 4 gives me 18 divided by 3. So the volume for bottle B is 6 inches cubed. Now for us to figure out how many times greater the volume of B is than of A, we need to divide the volumes. So the volume of B over A would be 6 divided by 4, which gives me 1.5. So that tells me that the volume of bottle B is 1.5 times the volume of bottle A. Now part B said, which is the better buy? So for us to find the better buy, we need to find the unit rate or the unit cost for each bottle. So our unit rate is going to be cost over volume. So let's talk about units first. We see that our cost unit is dollars over our volume unit is inches cubed. So that's the same for both A and B. So now let's find the unit rate. So the amount for bottle A is $9.96 divided by the volume for A is 4. So we can go ahead and use a calculator to divide, and we get 2.49. So $2.49 per inch cubed is our unit rate for bottle A. Now same thing for bottle B. We're going to divide the cost, so $14.40, 14.40, divided by the volume for B is 6. So using a calculator, we get 2.4, so that's $2.40 per inch cubed. So which is the better buy? Remember, better buy is which one costs you less. So bottle B is the better buy because it costs less per inch cube. So the better buy is bottle B because it costs less per inch cubed.